everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. I am so happy to have you here today. Before we get started, be sure that you have signed up for my free newsletter over at CorinneBlackstone.com. I share lots of fun things over in that newsletter that I don't really share elsewhere, so you don't want to miss out. Now today's video, we are featuring Teckwrap vinyl and we're going to be using them to make this really fun die cut decal. This is a really cool way to make your decals stand out, especially if you are somebody who sells or even as a content creator. These just look really cool on film. We're also going to be layering it with a really cool clear holographic to make a super fun custom vinyl. I have made so many decals like this just because I think they look really fun, and especially if you're gifting or selling, they stand out so much better than if you were to just have a square around it. Looks really cute, really fun. The only vinyl part is the black with the holographic over it, and then the rest is just the backing of the vinyl. I know a lot of people were confused on that the last time I showed you how to do this, because a lot of people thought that this white offset was actually part of the decal, and it's not. It just looks really cool when you cut it. So let's go ahead over to Design Space. I'm going to show you how to set this up and how to cut it out.
Whatever we would do, we do it just for fun.
To make this decal, it is super easy, super fun, and I really think they look super professional as well. And it's just a way to make you stand out amongst the crowd. So what we're going to do first is just add our text. And you can, of course, make this with any saying, any design that you want to. But I'm just going to use my name, and I'm going to select a font from my system fonts. And I'm going to show you a quick way. So if you're not sure maybe like what font you want to use, I'm going to show you how to fix that problem and see all your fonts at once. There's this great website called wordmark.it. And all you have to do is type in whatever you want your text to say, click the arrow, and it's going to pull up all of your different fonts on your computer. So you can really easily kind of go through, look for what kind of design, what kind of style you want for your decal, for your design, for whatever you are making. And it's really fun just to kind of scroll through, see your different options, see if something really stands out to you as what you want your design to look like. So let's say that I find a font that I want to use. Let me kind of scroll through here. And I'm going to click on a couple fonts that I like the style of. And what's great about this is at the end, once you kind of have gone through your entire selection here, all of your fonts, you can actually compare them and see which one you like more than maybe another font. So like I said, I'm just going to select a couple that I like that kind of, like stand out to me as the style that I'm going for. I want to do a script font, and I want to do something kind of fun so that you can see really well what I mean when I say you're going to cut this offset so that it's sitting on the backing and it looks really, really cool this way. It just looks really neat. I really think it's very eye-catching when you are a seller, especially at like a market. People are going to really see that and it stands out a lot better. So let me go ahead and select some of my fonts, and then I'll show you how to compare them. Once I've gotten down to the bottom and I've picked the fonts that I want to see, all I need to do is click up the top towards the right, click Filter Selected Fonts. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring up all the fonts that I've selected. Then from here, I can kind of get rid of ones that I just maybe don't like as much as some of the others. Like this Forte, not really what I'm going for. And I also don't think this Christmas time is quite it either. And I don't really like this one. And so you're kind of able to look at the fonts together to get a better idea of what you want. Like I'm not liking Melanie, and I don't think Magnolia Sky. Now I do have Retro Groovy in here because I think this might look kind of cool, but I don't think it's quite what we're going for. So kind of liking pink vibes. I don't think I like Kayla. I want like a thicker line. I like the Lovely Sunday, but it's not quite as swirly as I was hoping for. That one's okay, not really it either. So I think it's kind of between Milky Rainbow or pink vibes, and I think we're gonna go with Milky Rainbow. So see how much easier that was than scrolling through all of your fonts on Design Space, having to click them, look at the word. This is just a lot easier. Now let's head back to Design Space and select that font. Over in Design Space, in your system fonts, you can just search for the word that font is called. So for this one was Milky Rainbow, I just searched milk. I'm going to select that, and it will change my font over to the Milky Rainbow font. Then from here, I like to personally just weld them just for my own sake. You don't really have to, but that's what I like to do. And then the next thing that we're going to do is to create our offset. So this is actually going to have another layer of vinyl on it as well. We're going to make it like have a cool holographic look because it just is fun to do. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that offset, which is going to be where our backing is cut, and you'll kind of understand it better when you see the video, but this is just a really fun way to do this. Now for this one, I think a 0.25 is a little small, so I want to do like a 0.3 and see how that looks, and I like that a little bit better. I typically am somebody who likes a really small offset, but when doing stickers like this, I do prefer just a bit bigger. Now I'm going to click apply, and I'm going to get rid of this hole here because I don't really want that to cut. So with my offset selected, I'm going to go to contour. Under contour, all I'm going to do is just click on that one spot and get rid of it. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to duplicate my contour here, my offset, so that it cuts more than once, so that it cuts through the vinyl and through the backing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it a couple of times. I find that usually like 3 does a pretty good job. So that is definitely like, you got to kind of test your machine and the vinyl that you're using because the different backings will be different. Now what I'm going to do, I want to pull my weld result so that it's all the way at the top. And then all I want to do is I want to select the offsets here. So I'm just going to select all 3 of these. I'm going to align them and I'm just going to center them completely. Then I just need to move the name back on to the offset. It really, will help kind of see what you're doing if you change the colors to be a little bit more contrasting. So a lot of times I like to use like a bright yellow because I think that that looks really good against the black, but it really does help you kind of see what you're doing. They'll all eventually become the same color and you'll see why here in a second. So now once we're happy with this, so the yellow part is actually going to be vinyl. And the black part is the backing of the vinyl paper. So your white backing, your blue backing, whatever kind it may be. What I want to do from here is I'm going to select all of my items. You'll see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 items. I'm going to attach these. It's really important that you use attach. Now it is going to look like right now that that name went away. I'm going to change this again back to yellow so that you can see it is in fact still here. The reason we're attaching this is because we want Design Space to know we want it to cut the word out and then we want it to cut those offsets out. And the reason that we have 3 offsets is because we needed to cut around that multiple times so that it can cut through the vinyl and through the backing. Now I am going to make this pretty big. I normally would not make this quite this large, but I want to make it fairly large so that you can see it better and really get a feel for what it's going to look like. Then from here, all I have to do is hit make it. And what you'll see is everything's on one page here, on one mat. Now it's not going to look like you have 3 offsets stacked on top of each other, but you do. Design Space knows you do. And that's going to be how we're going to cut this. Now we may need to use a little bit heavier of a setting because we are going to put a laminate on top so that we can kind of have a really cool look. We're going to use this really neat leopard print, but we're going to do that before we cut it out. So when cutting this, I recommend doing some cut settings, like some test settings before you actually cut this. And you can always cut it multiple times if you need to. This is just a fun way to do it, really jazz it up, make it super fun. So let's go ahead. We're going to head over to the machine, load our holographic on top of our vinyl, and then we'll go ahead and cut this out. I've got black Teckwrap vinyl here and then this really cool clear holographic leopard. So what I want to do is I want to cut this clear holographic leopard down so that it fits on to my my black Teckwrap. Now everything's very, very curly, so it is kind of difficult to get everything to cut because it is all stuff that has been like on a roll, and I cannot cut a straight line to save my life, but we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna cut the leopard a little bit bigger, but it's fine just so that I can make sure that I cover everything on the black with that leopard. Now, because these are super curly, I'm going to do this on the mat because it'll be a lot easier to hold the black completely flat if I'm using the mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the black down onto my mat. And I'm gonna grab a brayer just so I can make sure that it's really well held down. I don't want it to like move at all. And then I'm gonna take my leopard, and if you've ever watched me put the laminate on stickers, I'm gonna do it in the same way. So what I like to do is I'm gonna peel back just a little bit of the backing off of this clear leopard print. And it may take me a second to get it to start to peel. And then all I do is I just peel back like an inch or so away from the edge, maybe 2 inches, just depends kind of how far I want to go. And then I fold back the backing so that it's like a flat piece, and then I have some of the adhesive part exposed. Then what I do is I take and I lay it on to the base vinyl that I want to use, and I want to make sure to press that down really well. So I grab a squeegee, and I like to use one that has some felt on it for these, just so that I'm not scratching that clear leopard print. Then all I need to do is take the backing and start kind of pulling it with my one hand while I'm using my other hand to press down the vinyl. Once you kind of get it going, you can usually press the rest of the vinyl off of the backing using your squeegee. But like I said, I highly recommend using one that has some felt on it to help protect your vinyl surface so that you don't scratch it. Now I'm gonna end up with some vinyl stuck to my mat, and that's okay. I'm not real worried about it. I knew I cut it bigger than the black, but I wanted to make sure that all the black was pretty well covered. That already looks really, really cool. So now what we're gonna do is load this into the machine. Now I did find that this is gonna cut best on the light cardstock setting, but you definitely wanna play with it. Figure out which way your machine is gonna cut this best. But I like to use that light cardstock setting, and it cuts the backing pretty well. But again, do some test cutting on your own machine. That way you know what works best. You'll notice that I did a little star test cut just to see if it would work, and that's how I kind of figured out my settings. Show you something, because you probably saw me reach in. No matter how often and how careful you are to align everything, even though you use Cricut Align, sometimes it doesn't align perfectly and you will end up with like little lines of stuff. But before I take this out, I am going to just double check that it cut through, and you can see, if I could grab it, that it did in fact cut through. So we're gonna go ahead and unload. And like I said, you may have some like little slivers of vinyl or backing. That's normal. It's because Cricut, even though it's aligned, doesn't always align it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off of our backing really quick, and then I'll move the machine out of the way and weed it so you can see how cool this looks when it's all done. So to weed it, all we're going to do is we're gonna weed it like we would if, assuming that this has like a square back. So you're gonna take off the backing that is around your word, and be careful if you have any like dots to the eyes or any other like little pieces, because you wanna make sure that those stay intact. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this. Now I do have a little spot right here that for some reason didn't cut great. Again, it's usually a Cricut issue when it does that. So we'll just very gently take this section off. This already looks super fun, but let's go ahead and get the centers of the letters out. Now, obviously, you're probably not gonna make yours quite this large. I just wanted to make mine really big so that you guys could see it really well and see how cool this looks when it's done like this. So look at how much that stands out against your backing now, and just how professional this looks. And it's really, really fun. That holographic rainbowy leopard print looks so cool, and this is a really easy way that you can cut your decals. You can do this with shapes as well. You can do this with words. You can do this with phrases. I just think this is a fun way to make your decals look a little more professional, a little more fun, stand out a little bit. And I just wanted to show you like the layering of using kind of a holographic clear over another color. I just thought this was super fun. If you have any questions about this, by all means, let me know in those comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. That way you don't miss out on any of the fun, crafty content we have coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and as always, happy crafting.